Hey, Ari Squires here. Just finishing up. I'm gonna give you guys some time to come in. It's creating an audience for me. My voice is a little raspy because I have just been talking and planning for Release the Chains, but I want to share some stuff with you guys as, some things that I think are important in knowing about business. Hey Sherry, how you doing? First, oh my gosh, so much is happening. Business in general. I have a lot of things coming up for you guys. Today we had a VIP training call with Mr. Kevin Harrington, who was the original shark on Shark Tank. And he is not just a shark on television. He is actually a real shark who invests his own millions of dollars into ideas and products. And he broke it all the way down for us today on this call about, getting your product, pitching your product to an investor. And so I love everything he said. I'm not going to share, what he said, because there are people who invested, money to get that information. But it was so valuable to those who participated and valuable to me too, because it's always a reminder. What it was a reminder of for me was that even though this man is worth $450 million, he still works. Like, he still grinds. He still, gives back. He's still running businesses at almost 60 years old, and so that always encouraged me, because I always thought, okay, once I, reach a certain level, I'm not working. But I noticed even people who are billionaires like Mark Burnett, and, even if you think of Jay-Z and Beyonce, and they have, all of these riches and they have this money, when you love what you do and you're dedicated to the people that you serve, you still work, you still get it in. And so I admire that about Kevin coming on and sharing his expertise on, pitching. And like he said, a lot of it was easy, but I asked him some hard questions. What is it when you hear an idea, when you hear a pitch, what makes you say yes? And it was interesting to hear his answer, because again, he has invested tens of millions of dollars in products and businesses to help people make millions. He himself, with the businesses he's invested in himself, has generated over billions of dollars. So it's always interesting to have those kind of conversations with people who are just ready to pour into you. And as you guys know, he is going to be speaking, sharing. We're doing a pitch tank contest at Release the Chains, and he's going to be there networking. And he said, hey, whenever there's a shark in the room, whenever you have someone who invests in businesses, be ready. Be ready. That's why you always have to just stay ready. And so many people are intimidated by that word business plan. But how can you expect, how can you, and this is going to take me to what I'm talking about today, which is cash flow. How can you expect to get the cash that you need in your business if you're not ready? How can you start a business without a business plan? Like, even if it's just the most important part, which is your marketing plan, you're just flying by night, just trying stuff out, seeing what works. You're just trying stuff. And it's more difficult. I'm telling you, I know this for a fact. It is a lot more challenging to have a successful, sustainable, scalable business without a business plan. But so many people are afraid. They think it's too much work. But another thing I noticed today that I was talking to my husband about, I can tell who is really hungry. Let me say this. There's people who's hungry for what they want, that next level, or, to achieve their dreams in life. And then there are people who are starving. Right? There's people who are hungry, and there's people who are starving. And the people who are starving would do whatever it takes. Whatever it takes. I was shocked that call today was not full, like completely packed out, to have that opportunity to learn from someone of the caliber as Kevin Harrington, who was helped fund Fat Farm. And so anyway, I'm not even going to get into that. What I wanted to talk to you guys today was about cash flow, and how cash flow is the pipeline of your business. And so I was working with a client last Monday about, why she's had a really, really, really slow period in her business. And so I helped her come up with a plan to bring in more cash flow. And a lot of this I thought was pretty helpful. Of course, there was more things for her. We came up with 10 different things for her, but I thought that this will be important to a lot of people. And some of it, again, you may already be doing, but I think that it's important that we know that cash flow is the pipeline of your business. Without it, if you don't have a plan, when you hear hear from someone who has sold billions of dollars and worth over $400 million tell you to have a business plan, I think you need to get a business plan. I think you need to have a plan. And sometimes we just need somebody to help us. That's it. You know, it is taxing. Sometimes we don't know what to do. We don't know where to start. You know, we don't know how to do it. And that's why you invest in yourself and you get somebody to help you. There's people that can help you for free. You can go to the SCORE office. There's one in here where I live in Richmond, Virginia. They will literally help you write your business plan for free. There's retired entrepreneurs in that organization, and they'll help you for free. So there's no excuse. I always say, how hungry are you? Are you hungry or are you starving? I know I'm starving, you know, but I could tell. I told my sisters this today. I could tell who's serious because they make sacrifices. And another thing that real quick before I get into these 6 tips to help increase your cash flow is, I lost my thought, you guys. I lost it that fast. It was something I was seeing about taking a risk. It was something about what I was researching, you know, some people who are coming to speak to me, and I noticed something in common. And what I noticed amongst all the speakers that are coming to Release the Chains, and including myself, is that we all take risk. And we all, even no matter how much money we make or don't make, we've all made bad decisions and continue to make bad decisions and bad investments. But that doesn't stop us. We keep going. You know what I'm saying? We keep, you know, looking for windows of opportunity. Right? We look for windows of opportunity. And a lot of you guys have seen Release the Chains as a window of opportunity or something like Release the Chains, and you're saying no. Some kind of fear, you know, is holding you back. But what I've realized for people who are achieving their dreams and setting out goals and plans and working towards them, I see things that are common. Am I dark? Or is that my phone? Am I dark, you guys? Anyway, so I want to share with you guys really quickly. Thank you guys so much for joining. I appreciate you guys for joining in. In a little bit, I feel like I'm dark, you guys. It's really weird. In a few moments, I am going to be on... thank you, Sharon. Thank you. In a few moments, I'm going to be on doing an interview with Dr. Venus Opal Rees. I'm so excited. She's going to be on her webinar. We're going to be having a really deep heart discussion about our stories and how our story has purpose, and how I'm going to really be telling some different things about my story and how I was able to use my story to create a multi-6-figure success businesses. So if you guys are on my email list, hey Rob, if you guys are on my email list, make sure you tune in. It's going to be at 3 p.m. Eastern time, and we're going to have fun. And we're going to share some insights, some information, and again, it'll be a heart discussion. It'll be a really, really deep discussion. We're really, really going to go deep into our heart space and how our story really, really guides us in our success. Okay, so you guys tune into that. If you're on her list or if you're on my email list, check your email. I sent out the link so you guys can join us. It's going to be amazing. But listen, cash flow is the pipeline of your business. So I wrote a couple notes that I took from my session with her on Monday. And again, this is, for those of you that are just coming on, I'm going to be sharing 6 easy tips to help you increase cash flow. Now, for her, we came up with 10, and we strategized a plan to help her. But I thought these would be able to help everyone, because hers were really based on where she was in her business. So number 1 is get longer terms contracts with people that you're working with. Now, yes, sometimes we want to get the money up front. So let me say this. If you do, like let's say you have a new client, and I do this too. If you want to pay in full, I'll reduce it. You know, it's cheaper, you pay in full. Okay, if you do that, that's one of the tips. You want to be smart with your money. I say take some of that money and put it aside. Right? Literally put some of that money aside. You want, in business, you want to save slowly but steadily. That makes sense? So every time you get, especially a big chunk of change, you want to take out at least 10, 20%. right? And put it away. Because in business, we have high months and we have slow months. I don't care what business you're in. I don't care if you're running Walmart. You have high months and low months, okay? That's just the reality. So make sure that if you want to increase the cash flow, do longer terms for your clients, because that way you have money coming in consistently. Okay, you have money coming in consistently. So that was one thing we worked on. And also, you guys know that you can negotiate your merchant card service fees. Like, that's negotiable. Like, depending how much money you're bringing in, it doesn't even have to be a lot. I don't think, but you can give them a call, especially if you've been with somebody for a long time. I've had PayPal reduce my merchant. I'm like, I look at how much money I've brought you guys over the years. Better look, right? You better look. And so they will actually reduce your credit card processing fees. Those fees add up. Every year when I do my taxes, I'm like, this is crazy how much I paid just to process some credit cards. Like, really? So negotiate those. If you go through your bank, if you go through whoever, it's negotiable. Get those fees lowered, you guys. It really makes a difference, right? It really makes a difference. And the third thing is have a sale. Have a sale. This is something I just launched in my business just yesterday. Sometimes we have some inventory of some items that are just sitting there collecting dust. Maybe they're books, maybe they're planners, maybe there's some sort of product that you have just sitting there. Do a campaign launch and have a sale. That's pretty easy, right? Or sometimes you have a program or some sort of service or something you've already done that you can repurpose and just have a sale. Get rid of it. Just let it go. Get rid of it, relaunch, whatever you got to do. Reach out to some past customers who have already done business with you and gotten some great service from you and who already love, like, and trust you, and reach out to them and have a sale. Offer it, whatever. If it was $1,000, offer it at $500 or $400. Get rid of it. Again, you're increasing your cash flow. Cash flow is the pipeline of your business, okay? It's not reducing your services. It's just getting rid of inventory, getting rid of or repurposing something you've already done. You've already made your money. Let's say you had an event, you recorded it. Hey, sell it to somebody. Just get rid of it. Sell it to multiple people. Resell it. So that's another way. And another one I said before was save slowly and steadily. So let's say that you want to buy some equipment, right? Like me, I'm in the process, since I have a book publishing company, I'm in the process of investing in us printing our own books, right? Because that's going to save us a lot of money, blah, 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 blah. So I'm investing in that. We have the place already to house it, the staff and all that stuff. Well, instead of me putting all of my money into it at one time, what I'm doing is every month, I'm saving a little bit, right? I'm taking a little bit out and putting into that savings to invest into this big machinery. Got it? Makes sense? Makes sense? And the paper and all that stuff that we'll need to do that. Right? Makes sense. Okay, so that's how you can help increase your cash flow. And then last one, you guys, number 6 is invest in affiliate sites, or partner with some other people, other business owners, and have them as affiliates. These are people that will help you sell your products and your services on your behalf, with them getting a little piece of the pie. Affiliates are amazing. There's so many different companies online where you can go and put your programs, your products on there, and they market it for you and they collect a commission. I mean, what? It's just an info product. You already paid the money and put the time in to create it. Why not go in and put it on an affiliate site, or do an affiliate partnership with someone and have them position and market your products and services to other people. Even if you just make an extra $700 a month, you're increasing your cash flow and you're expanding your brand. You're expanding your exposure. So cash flow is majorly important, you guys. Whatever you can do in your business, just the little things to increase your cash flow. I want to encourage you guys to do it, because so many people are in business, and I talked about this business planning. They don't have a plan and they wonder why they're not making money. And I'm not coming down on anybody, but I just really want you guys to understand how crucial it is to have a plan. And if you don't know how to put one together, get somebody to help you. And then number 2, again, is that whole cash flow thing. Because if you can't afford to invest in something that you want, or you can't afford to invest in some sort of education or invest in some products or something that's going to grow your business, then you have a cash flow issue. You're not managing some money properly. You're overspending. You're not doing any of these things that I'm suggesting here. And this is just 6 tips. There's hundreds of things that you could do. So I hope that this little thing was helpful. I just wanted to come on here real fast. Sharon says, it was discussed with me that if you are thinking about starting a business, it is a good idea if you have a full-time job. Don't allow the company to take tax. I can't read all of it. To take taxes out of your paycheck. Instead, I think it's very because your job is your investor, but still. There are entrepreneurs out here who have jobs and still don't have no cash flow because they're not properly budgeting. They don't have cash flow projections or anything. But you're absolutely right. You definitely don't want to quit your job. I would not suggest that to anybody unless you have some thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars, or you have an investor and you have some money available to you. Do not quit your job and just go cold turkey. I didn't even do that. I had a plan. I saved. I strategized. I had a plan I had an exit plan. But it's important. You really have to save that money. You're right. But yeah, your job is your investor. Your job to save some money. If you got to work overtime, and get that little, whatever extra amount of money you're getting from your job. Yes, you have to be smart. At the end of the day, you have to be smart. I always say, how bad do you want it? If it's been 2 and 3 years and you're still not making money, if you're still struggling, then you have a cash flow, mental, something's going on up here where I call that you're hungry, but you're not starving. And I'm not coming down on anybody, but sometimes you just got to hear the truth, right? Sometimes you just got to hear the truth. So are you hungry or are you starving? But that was good. Would you recommend if cash flow is tight for an entrepreneur to go back into the job market? Yeah, if you have to, but just know that when you go back into the job market, it's going to take away the time that you need to market your business. So you have to really do some balancing there. But yeah, I would recommend going back into the job market or looking for an investor, or just don't give up quickly. Like, do everything until you doesn't really feel like you don't have much else to do, and then yes, I would definitely say, but make sure that you have a plan. If you go back to work and you really want to do entrepreneurship, have a plan. I'm only going to work for 6 months, and through that 6 months, if I'm making an extra $4,000, $3,000, $6,000 a month, I don't know, whatever that is, from that money, I'm going to take out 20-30% to invest in business marketing, and maybe you may have to hire some people to do some things for you. You get what I'm saying? But yeah, I'm not opposed to going back to work. We got to do what we have to do. There was a time in my business that I had to go back to work. Now, it was very short-lived because I realized that I was making that person so much money and they were paying me $15 an hour, and I was like, really? And you just made about $10,000 this month? Like, I just couldn't. For me, I couldn't do it, so I said I had to go. But if you are going to go back to work, have a financial plan. Yeah, absolutely. Have a financial plan. Any other questions? Hi, GM Cameron. How long do you think your journey took from having a full-time to where you are now? Well, for me personally, my journey was a little bit different. When I quit my job, I actually had $250,000 in the bank. Yeah, my mother, when she passed away, she left me with $250,000. So I had money. Yeah, I had money. Of course, I took some of that money and made some other investments as well, but I also invested in my business. So, but that's another good point, you guys. Set your kids up for success. When my mother, she had an estate, and she knew that she wasn't going to be here forever. I know I'm not going to be here forever, so we got to have these things set up. So I'm thankful that I had some cash. Yeah, I had some cash. But everybody is different. Everybody's journey is different. There have been some clients that I've been able to work with. One of them, we had a 12-month plan for her to leave her job. She ended up leaving in 9 months. I have another entrepreneur where she just couldn't work. She was just like, you know what, I gotta go. I can't. And so her process was within 6 months. So it just depends, and then if you're married or you have a second income in the home, that helps too. Yeah. Hey, Tim Jackson. Any other questions? It's a good question. So my story is a little bit different. Any other questions you guys have about entrepreneurship? If you work in a job and you're doing a business on the side, you're winning. I don't want you guys to think that only full-time entrepreneurship is the way to go, because like I just said earlier, when you're a full-time entrepreneur, you have good months and you have slow months. So you just have to be wise with your money. I call it being a master of your money. That's what I teach at my masterminds, being a master of your money. And I'm going to do a whole financial training sessions, me and Harrington, who is a self-made millionaire, not just through dance, but through other investments that he's made. He's more than just an actor, and we're going to share some financial planning that you can do as an employee, and how you can a plan, especially if you get the manual, you'll have a plan of how you can properly invest in your business. Don't quit cold turkey. Thanks for that, because it's a struggle. No, don't quit. Don't quit cold, because then where's your income going to come from? It's not like you're going to jump into your business and start. Now, I did have to leave one business and do another business, and that was kind of like leaving a job and going into something, leaving steady income and going into something else. I did have to do that, but I gave myself a year. What is the best way to solicit affiliates? Just write up an email, ask some people, do some research in who serves the people that you serve. Like if you have a particular product and they may sell something different, but you guys serve the same audience, then you reach out to them and ask them to become an affiliate. That's it. That's it. But then there are websites too. There are websites online. Just go to Google and type affiliate sites for entrepreneurs, and you'll find thousands of them. And you find which one is best fit for you, and you can put your products and services on those websites as well. And some of them are free. Some of them have monthly fees. You just find out what works for you. Yeah, so there's money to be made. There's no excuses. I do have a couple side hustles. It's hard trying to figure out what to do with those. Yeah, you got to get a plan. That's all. Yeah, you need a plan. Yep. Hey, Robin. You guys, make sure you join me. I'm getting a reminder here that my talk with Dr. Venus is at 3 p.m. Eastern Time in about 15 minutes. So make sure you join me. It's gonna be good. All right. One last question, you guys. I hope this was helpful. I just want to come in. Sometimes I just like to come in and do some training. Most of the time, I'm just talking, but I was so inspired today by talking to Kevin Harrington with the training he did for my VIP clients. I'm just always inspired from people who are like majorly successful, and just learning what they did or what they're doing, and seeing their passion to win, and seeing their passion for other people to win, because that's exactly how I am. Can you guys see that I'm sweating? It is so hot in my office. It is so hot. That air is not helping. You're welcome, Naya. All right, you guys. Are there any other questions or comments before I go? I'm gonna go and see if I can find a fan somewhere. It is hot in my office, and I have the air on like 60, but I'm right by a window, and You're welcome, Courtney. You're welcome. I appreciate you guys for listening. All right, so I'm gonna go so I can get ready for my my interview with Dr. Venus Opal Reed. So thank you guys for listening. I'll see you guys soon.